What's cracking, folks? Back with another reaction, back with another lucky dip. This is another Izzy Dip. Once again, big shout out to Izzy World, great friend of the channel. And we're going to listen to a tune by Suede, a group a number of people have mentioned to me. I don't know exactly, the number of people or the dynamics, but I do believe it's a group. So, yeah, a couple folks have mentioned them when, making recommendations. Obviously, I try to keep everything in mind, but I have gotten to the point where it's just difficult to get around to everything, so I'm wary of adding some new deep dives, but it is a name I've written down from people's suggestions a couple times, which I do note when there's been, like multiple folks pointing me in the same direction. But yeah, so when I saw this in the track listing, I was like, oh, well, this is sort of serendipitous. I can get a flavor of that without necessarily like committing myself to yet another deep dive yet. So it's a journey I'd like to take in a more comprehensive sense at some point, but like I said, it's cool to get a hint here. So the track is She's in Fashion. I like that. It's, it has an interesting allure to it. It's also perhaps a poetic rendering, as you don't normally speak of someone as being in fashion without further context, that like whether it's their clothes or something about their style, but I suppose that might be implicit or part of a larger narrative that we get. But yeah, when I saw it, I thought of a person being in style or not, and I suppose you could think of context in which that phrasing might make sense, but like I said, it's normally what the person is wearing or what they're expressing themselves with that you think of as having fashion or being in fashion or not. So curious to hear what this is, and again, without knowing their music, I don't necessarily have a sense of how to take a phrase like this. I don't know their songwriting, so let's find out. This is Suede. The track is She's in Fashion, and it's one of the tunes that Izzy included in the third round of Izzy Dip selections that he's provided. Nice and smooth, but there isn't like.
She's the face on the radio. She's the body on the morning show. And she's that shaking it out on the scene. And she's the color of a magazine. And she's in fashion.
Could this be a bass with effects on it? But it sounds acidy, that bass line. Maybe it's a guitar?
She's employed where the sun don't set. And she's the shape of the cigarettes. And she's the shape of a tambourine.
Bill Shatner's ears just perked up. I like that. It's like a string synth or something, but it has strings.
She's the taste of the gasoline.
was like focusing on the individual elements. I didn't realize what a rich tapestry the whole thing is. Very elastic, acidic quality. This is one of those like selective fades. Where sunshine will blow my mind, and the wind blow my brain. It's like everything did decrease in volume, but not at an equal rate. And in the end, it almost had a proper finish rather than the fade that it essentially was doing. So, yeah, an interesting end there. And yeah, I mean, I get the idea that like if someone's in fashion, you could be speaking in like, you know, what they say, whatever, you know, they're selling or whatever, like, you know, their artistic style, so that over time it's like, well, they're no longer in fashion, you know, they're seen as being, you know, a bit behind the times or whatever. But I don't know if it was like more like that or if it was a phrase that was like, you know, specific to someone, you know, their personal allure or their charisma or their personality. So yeah, I'm not sure exactly what's happening lyrically, but I did very much enjoy the vocals. They had this like, I don't know, like snarl is the wrong word, but they had this like this twist to the way that the melody was delivered. So I enjoyed. It was a very like characteristic or like charismatic type of vocal delivery. And yeah, I don't know sonically what I expected, but what this was not necessarily what I expected. Again, it had some different flavors to it, but I enjoyed the strain of that like synth string or like string synth type sound. I enjoyed what I guess was a guitar maybe, and then there was like another line where I was like, is that a guitar? So maybe the other one's a bass. Not quite sure everything I was hearing, though that's often, you know, a good indication of an indication of a nice blend of elements, so that it's almost hard to pick them apart, which is funny because it actually was the opposite in practice, and that I was thinking about all the different parts I was hearing, and then I sort of like zoomed back sonically, and I was like, oh, but it's like, it's the lush texture of the full thing. So yeah, that was cool. Either way, I look forward to hearing what Izzy has to say, and any others who know Suede, which again, there's a few of you who have commented on different deep dives that perhaps it's a group I would be interested in. If I were to guess, I'd say post 2000. I would say mid to late aughties, maybe early 2010s. But again, you know, there's a couple times early on where I felt really confident. I think part of the reason I'm like always hesitant now is because it feels like, you know, in some cases there's sonic elements that are more ambiguous, and this one, like I said, my best guess is that it's post 2000, but I should look forward to hearing what people have to say. Do let me know what you think. I will see you next time. Peace.